do, Mike's going to go through why you should detox and what all the side effects of, all the toxic things we put in our bodies and what they do to us. Kind of break it down so you understand more why you should detox and how. But so let's just get right into it. I know we're starting a little bit late, so I'll just pass it over to Mike. If you guys don't know, this is Mike. He's been a trainer for quite some time, and we're real lucky to have him here. So
nutrition is my thing, so that's why we're doing this today. Yep. I encourage you, if you have any questions, throw a hand up. Keep it informal, okay? Ask anything that comes up on the slides if you don't understand something. Okay, ask away.
You guys hear him okay?
Mic me up.
We can get to the megaphone. You guys want to get the megaphone? Alright.
Okay, detox, why detox? Alright, we're going to go through what you guys are putting in your bodies throughout the day and the stress that you're incurring from work, school, kids, job, everything, and why we need to do a program like this, why we should run a program like this, and what effects it's going to have on you getting closer to the goals, whether that be weight loss, increased muscle tissue, endurance, whatever that may be. Okay? So here, if you just want to read through real quick, and any of you that have books, this has it in there as well, these are going to be some of the problems associated with the toxins that we have in our body. Now these toxins come from free radicals, and free radicals come from all of the different foods and preservatives and sugars and things that we consume day in and day out. Stuff that's even advertised to us as being healthy, natural, organic, all those buzzwords still contain these things. Okay, so the diet that we're going to get to is going to be very restrictive, but you can see that if we follow it properly, we're going to be able to get rid of allergies. A lot of people think, okay, it's allergy season, something's coming around, I need to load up on all these histamines and things like that. That's not the case. A diet like this detox that we're showing you here today can get rid of, and most times will get rid of, these symptoms that we're seeing. Okay? Decreasing toxicity and inflammation. All of the things we bring in our body, especially carbohydrates and those free radicals I was talking about, causes inflammation. Now when we have inflammation, our body doesn't like it. Most people think of inflammation as our body's natural defense against injury, against nicks, bruises, cuts, scrapes here and there. But the inflammation that we're talking about isn't the stuff that you get when you get hit on the elbow or when you bump your knee or whatever it is. We're talking about inflammation of the organs, of the stomach, of your circulatory system, your central nervous system. All these things get inflamed, and that's why on that previous slide we have such a wide range of ailments that get caused by all of those inflammations of the different systems in our body. Okay? Now, real importantly, you're going to see here, the goal of this program is not weight loss. Okay? It just so happens to be that if you do this program, weight loss, I don't want to say it would be a side effect, but it would be something that is probably going to happen. This is not a super restrictive diet in terms of our goal is not to see you drop a ton of weight. We're trying to clear out your system here so that you can properly engage in exercise, a regular diet plan. You can identify any allergies that you have to foods, any sensitivities that you have to different kind of food groups, all the things that we consume day to day that we might not know are doing us a lot more damage than we've got good. The coffee that you're drinking, even that, okay, we get rid of that too. Added bonuses, okay, getting and being healthy. We get rid of those toxins in the foods by cutting out the stuff that you're most accustomed to eating throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, processed food, stuff that you buy at the gas station, fast food products, stuff that lasts for weeks on weeks on weeks on your shelves. Okay, we want to stick to the stuff that's whole, it's from the earth, it's green, it's good for us, and it doesn't have those toxins. The only way that we can ensure that is to get rid of a wider range of the sugar processed carbohydrates, fats, and things like that. Okay, here are some of the sources of toxicity that everybody sees. Okay, addictive habits. A lot of people don't understand that the stress that you put yourself through throughout the day, even the workout that a lot of you guys just did, that causes stress to our body. When we cause any stress to our body, we release cortisol. That's a hormone that causes inflammation. We go back to our inflammation. Our goal with the detox is to decrease that inflammation in our body. Okay, coffee stimulates our nervous system, gets us going, causes inflammation. It's a stress on our body. Okay, Things that we're not, well, most people know these aren't too good for us, okay, but we do them anyways. So we're going to get rid of those as well. And what you're going to notice is you're going to start performing and feeling and living the way that humans are meant to live. Okay, you're going to feel better. You're not going to need a pot of coffee to operate all day, because we're going to get rid of all this stuff. We're going to take it out, and you're going to see, how are you really supposed to operate? Okay? How are humans really supposed to feel without all of the medications for depression, without the coffee and the stimulates we need to go through our regular day? Okay? These are just some of the things. High fructose corn syrup, that's been out for a long time, that a lot of people know the dangers of that. Trans fats, the bad fats, the stuff that keeps things on the shelves for a long time. So going back to the green stuff and the things that you find on the outside of the grocery store there. Okay? Food allergies, gluten, dairy, soy, and corn. We can identify if we have allergies by removing these from our diet and then subsequently adding them back in. So we're going to take away your gluten, which is your sugar from carbohydrates. Okay? We're going to take away your dairy, your soy, your corn. And then when we add them back in, you can say, oh, if I have some kind of an adverse reaction, okay, to any of these foods that we took away and then added back in, you can bet that you're going to lead and find that, oh, maybe I did have something going on that I never knew of before. You know, that's one of the benefits of a detox. We're trying to educate you about how good your body can feel, and hopefully in the process teach you, and you can learn a little bit about yourself, so that if you had, say, a lactose intolerance, a mild form of lactose intolerance, and you didn't know about it, and every day you've been drinking milk for the past 10 years, and you're bloated, and you feel like crap, and you're tired. But when I take dairy away in your detox that you're about to do, and then I add it back in, and all of a sudden you start experiencing those symptoms again, that's a pretty good indicator that it was something in our diet that's causing it. Okay? We can eliminate a lot of the stuff that we go and see the doctor for just by doing a little experimentation on ourselves. And that's what the point of a detox is. Okay? What is toxicity? The toxic load comes from our environment, our stress, okay? The things that we put in ourselves. These are the things, like I said, I keep referring to shelf life, the stuff that stays and keeps our food able to be eaten for 6 months, 12 months, something you put in your cupboard and you can pick it out 18 months later and the expiration date's not up yet. We want to avoid all those things. Those are toxic. Mercury, lead, other heavy metals. We don't run into that so much anymore. It's still a concern. In Iowa, we're okay, but if you've ever been to a state like Colorado with smog, or Los Angeles, or any of those other places where there's a lot of industry and things like that, the environment can play a huge role in some of that stuff that's going on inside your body, which ultimately, reverting back, leads to that inflammation again. Okay? These are all the things that we can clear out with a simple 21-day detox system. Okay? Now, it's not going to be easy, but these are all the things. Okay? So most people think, you know, I'm going to get a detox. I'm just going to clean out my digestive system, clean out my my tract and everything, and feel a little bit better. Maybe I'll lose a few pounds. No. If you do it properly, our lymph nodes, our gallbladder, intestines, kidneys, everything inside that we don't normally pay attention to, we don't know the normal function of, gets taken care of when we run a system like this. External toxins, again, going back to that stuff that's in the environment that we don't see of and hear too much about. Chemical toxins, heavy metals, those were a big issue back in the day. Okay, now this is an important slide. These are some things that are added to our everyday foods that we think we know about, but these companies are really good at hiding from us. When they hide these, we obviously ingest these, and these lead to toxicity and inflammation, the exact things we're trying to get rid of. Okay? Thickening agents. I've always wondered myself how soup manages to stay so thick. You know, look at some of those expiration dates, and how long has that really been sitting on that shelf? You know, how long did it go from when it was put into that can to when you're going to pour it out into your pan or whatever it is? How long do you think it is? I think it's about 2 years is how long it takes now, and they'll lie to you on the expiration dates because they use these thickening agents and these conjuring agents and all these other things to make it so these things last. Stabilizers is another big one. If you guys have ever seen how many grams of sugar are in something like a Mountain Dew or some of the energy drinks we have, okay? Now, let's see, here's a good example. If you ever make Kool-Aid or you ever make your homemade fruit drink, something like that, and you pour your powder in, what's going to happen after a while? If you don't use it, you don't shake it up, you don't drink it. All that sediment in that powder, even your protein drinks, your creatine, things like that, that's going to start settling on the bottom, okay? Well, why doesn't that happen with soda? Or why doesn't that happen with any of the stuff that we find in the stores, okay? It's because they put these stabilizers in there Okay, it's got more sugar in there than damn near